Hello and welcome back to another video. During the time lapse you saw both the pumpkin melon and the cactus farm being built along with the rage farm, but that's completely in the middle of nowhere, so we're not going to go over there right now. I just want to catch you up on what's happened behind the scenes at our industrial area. It's coming together quite nicely. I've herded up a bunch of sheep in preparation for a sheep farm that I'm going to be building soon. Not entirely sure what design I'm going to go with yet, but that'll come at a later date. Then behind us we've got a really simple yet overpowered cobblestone generator, and I mean like super overpowered. Like this is all full of cobblestone here, every single chest full of cobblestone, and I believe this is just from 1 hour of AFKing this farm. Then just behind the mushroom AFK hut we have a temporary bamboo farm. Soon we'll be building up a massive one to power a big super smelter that is probably going to be hooked up to another one of them to give us some smooth stone, or just stone rather, in a massive quantities. Over here Shark's been busy building a tree farm as well as a mud farm just over the hill there. This is actually really useful as we'll need to have a lot of wood to build chests and all sorts for big farms that we're going to be working on in the future. And how could I forget, we got our elytra along with a bunch of other things such as shulker boxes and end loot. Opening up our ender chest, we've got a lot of shulker boxes which have been numbered as well as named, just so I can keep them in the same order, as well as some empty ones here for resources. And Shark kindly gave me a full shulker box, if I can find it, over here of mud, which will be useful. I'll be using that to do some terraforming and such. But for now we need to start work on this sugarcane farm, and for that we're going to need several chests full of redstone dust. And so for that we're going to need a witch farm. But before we can build a witch farm we're going to need lots of slime to clear out an area in the ground full of TNT. We need slime blocks for that. So I'm going to go and build a slime farm, but while I do that I'm going to show you a time lapse of me terraforming behind our house, doing the wheat fields and getting them started. After a whole night of AFKing the slime farm, we have given ourselves a heck ton of slime balls. Just over half of these chests are completely filled with slime balls. That's well over 10,000 slime balls just sitting right there in chests, which will be more than enough for our needs with the witch farm. The farm itself is just a simple quad slime chunk, although there's some more. I think there's a total of 7 right in this area here. We've gone for the 4 here. We can always expand if needed, but I think this is more than enough for now, especially when we finish mob proofing the roof or the surface here, just for when it gets nighttime the overworld mobs won't spawn. And we just did a board around the edge. We still got a few bits to do around here, but soon this will be at max efficiency, and so it will be producing a few more slime balls an hour, which will be plenty, much more than we will ever need. If we ignore the big ugly stone wall and the side patches over there where there's absolutely nothing, the wheat field itself looks really nice. I've made the wheat field come right up to the side of the house because I wasn't too sure what to put here. I've got the pond there, but apart from that, there was nothing else that I could put here, so I just filled it up with some more wheat field. Speaking of ponds, I'm gonna have to at some point build a river down the side of this wheat field. Not entirely sure yet what path it's going to do, but I've got a cool concept / idea that might work really well. And for that we have to come down to this ugly looking stone wall. And with this shulker box that Shark gave me full of mud, I think I've got a bit of an idea. We could perhaps replace all this ugly grey stone and change things up a bit. We've gone for a grey andesite cobblestone type terraforming texturing thing over here where the base of the house is. We could perhaps change it up to some mud and other brown blocks, keeping in theme with this spruce trim that we have around each of the major layers of the wheat field. And with the idea of the stream, I could perhaps have it cut down here and go over it onto a waterfall perhaps concealing a secret cave. So I'm going to do a mock-up on a section of this wall just to get an idea of what it's going to look like, and I'll be right back. Welcome to my test world. In front of me I have what is the snippet of the wheat field, which I based what I built in the actual survival server, and this is what I've come up with for the mud cliff face, I suppose you'd call it. This is the block palette I went with, but the dirt and the planks were kind of difficult in the sort of cliff environment I was trying to go for, as you wouldn't really have dirt in the middle of a cliff or planks as well, but they would come very useful when we built that cave that I was talking about earlier. But I think this is a very good base. We'd obviously add details such as the stairs, walls and slabs, as amongst other things like glow lichen, maybe if it fits, and some vines as well as some bushes, some extra greenery, because why not? But that means I'm going to have to gather resources, not the mud in particular, but the mushroom blocks and the jungle wood, as well as the rooted dirt, which is probably going to be the most difficult one to get. But I think that's going to be it for today's episode. I know it's been a short one, but we did get a lot of progress done, mainly in the form of time lapses, but that will change for the next episode. I've got something in mind that will perhaps enhance my episodes and make them better for you to watch. But with that being said, that's all for today, so thank you so much for watching. Remember to go and check out JoeShh and Graff. Links to their channels will be in the description below, as well as the music for the time lapses. But that's everything from me, so I'll see you in the next one.